Your ticket's expired.
What if your greatest chapter isn't behind you, but one bold decision away? You were never created to simply exist. You were created to leave footprints. Welcome to the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness podcast, where courageous women reclaim their voice, own their next chapter, rise into bold leadership, and create a rockstar ripple effect that changes families, communities, and generations. With your badass host, Ginine Emily Smith, every week you'll discover courageous stories, powerful conversations, and practical strategies to help you create the legacy only you can leave. Because the world doesn't need another woman hiding and waiting in the sidelines. It needs you, fully alive.
We are B-A-double-D-A-S-S. We are...
Ordinary people, extraordinary courage, ripple effects that change lives. Have you ever wondered if something you did mattered? I don't know, maybe it was a smile, conversation, holding a door, introducing two people, praying for somebody, sending a text message. Maybe you never found out what happened afterwards. Today, I want to remind you that some of the biggest changes in this world happen because of ripples. Every ripple begins with one brave decision. Nobody changes the world overnight, but every movement, every nonprofit, every business, every best-selling book, every song started with one scary decision. Today, I want to talk about the day I almost quit on myself. Have you ever noticed that most people don't quit all at once? Are you quitting quietly? Have you stopped dreaming or trying on something that you love? Do you convince yourself you're too old, too busy, too late? Your body keeps showing up, but your heart has already left the room? I almost became one of those people. During the pandemic, I watched so many of my friends quietly give up, not necessarily on life itself, but on possibility. I'd see them binge television for hours, scroll endlessly, play video games all day, and then talk about how bored they are, how nothing ever changed, how they wish life looked differently. I almost did this too. There were days when it felt easier to stay comfortable than to become courageous, to consume instead of create, to watch other people live their dreams instead of building my own. One day I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if this is the season that's preparing me? What can I learn while I'm here? You see, that one question changed the trajectory of my life. I decided to learn something I had convinced myself for years that I wasn't smart enough to do. Music production. Now, let's be honest. That world intimidated me. I'm talking the technology, the software, the mixing, the engineering. People who had been doing this for decades, I walked into those rooms and I felt completely out of place. I wondered if everyone could tell that I didn't belong. But here's what I discovered. Confidence doesn't show up before courage. It shows up because of courage. So I kept showing up. I asked questions. I made mistakes. I learned, stayed curious. One day became another, then another. Before long, I wasn't just learning. I was creating. Today, I produce music that people use on their own podcasts. I've had the honor of winning awards. That's not the greatest reward, though. The greatest reward is waking up and doing what I genuinely love, that I do for free. Not because it's easy, because I refuse to quietly quit on myself. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not failure, it's slow surrender. It's convincing yourself that this is simply, that's how life is. Growth doesn't always require a dramatic leap. Sometimes it begins with replacing 1 hour of consumption with 1 hour of creation. One new skill, even 5-10 minutes a day. One new class, a new book. becoming uncomfortable in that one room. Maybe it's one conversation. Every new skill that you build becomes another way that you can serve somebody else. Every time you stretch yourself, your world expands. You don't have to know everything. You just have to keep showing up. This week, I encourage you, instead of spending 1 hour consuming, spend 1 hour creating or learning something new. Write something down, build something, practice something. Record yourself. Encourage somebody. Invest in the person that you are becoming, because that 1 hour may become the beginning of a ripple that you can't even imagine yet. The world doesn't need more people watching life from the sidelines. It needs more people willing to stay curious, to keep learning, to walk into the rooms where they don't know anybody, to become beginners again, because every expert that you admire was once that person wondering if they belonged. Before you go, what part of you have you quietly been quitting on? What would happen today if you decided to begin again, to step into courage, to step into being uncomfortable? Until next time, keep rising, keep roaring, keep creating your Rockstar Ripple Effect. The opposite of quitting isn't winning, it's growing. Here's your lioness reflection. The world doesn't change because a few people become famous. The world changes because ordinary people decide to become courageous. If today's conversation stirred something inside of you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with one person who needs hope today, because you never know where the next ripple will begin. It starts with you.
Hey, thanks for listening to Rise and Roar with your badass host, Ginine Emily Smith. If you love this podcast, please share it with friends and family and that woman who is ready to be fully alive. And don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and write a brief review, because that's going to help us create more badass lionesses.